Here we go. All right. First trip to the ED. Where even is the ED? I'm still trying to figure out where the things are in the hospital, let alone navigate the medical record, scramble to find time to study amid all of my clinical duties, or discover what's expected of me in general. Oh, there's a sign. I just have to follow the arrows, okay. And if that fails, ask people with the white badge hanging from their chest. Or wearing the red coats, as if the British are coming. Across the bridge, over Carnegie, make a left at the first hallway. Wait, no, whoops. Right at the second one. Through the doors, down the steps, swipe in for access, and now I've arrived. Knock on the door, check notes, deep breath. Here we go.
I start to sweat. I went really far to grab a Subway sandwich, which is about a 20-minute walk away from where I need to be. I'm going to be ridiculed for taking such a long time to make it to the ED. Lesson learned, do not go eat at Subways that are 20 minutes away from the ED.
Stethoscope? Check. Reflex hammer? Check. Notepad and pen? Check. I half walk, half jog to the ED, racking my brain. Diagnoses, questions I want to ask. What was it the resident told me after my last admit again? I walk into the room. Hello, I'm a medical student. Oh no. What do I do next? Breathe. History, check. Presentation, check. Here we go.
My pager. New consult for you in the ED. From my senior. My senior knows my pager number? I've never seen a consult before, much less a consult by myself. Am I being pranked? Should I go? I should go. Wait, where is the ED? Run. I feel like there are bricks in my white coat. Why are my hands clammy? Okay, open the door. Just open the door. What will I see? What will I do? Stop. Just stop. Calm down. Open the door slowly. There's a man hunched over. Sir, I'm a medical student with general surgery. I'm here to evaluate you for your rectal bleeding. Close the door. He's going to ask me questions. Get ready. Here we go.
Sorry. Who are you again?
Here we go.
A 7-year-old boy admitted after a first-time seizure.
Hi.
He's awake when I see him at 7 a.m. I get to spend time talking to him and his mom. He's reserved at first, but he warms up to me. He's bright.
I read about the kidneys and the spleen, but I never learned about the brain. There's something in my brain.
His imaging had revealed a mass in the left frontal lobe of his brain. Tell me about the seizure.
It started in my thumb, and then it went up my whole arm, and then to my whole body. It's the scariest thing in my whole life.
That is scary.
My brother is probably really worried about me.
Tell me about your brother. What do you do together? We talk about his hobbies and school for a while. I tickle his feet when checking for Babinski. He laughs. He loves that I make him jump up and down to assess his strength.
They're gonna slice my head open.
I'm not sure what they're gonna do. But I know they want you to get all better. Is your brother coming to see you soon?
I think so.
His mom smiles when he smiles. Looks sad when he looks sad. Making him smile and laugh for a few minutes gives me happiness. And I think his mom feels happy for those few minutes too. It breaks my heart. This woman is suicidal, and her parents added fuel to the fire with how they are speaking to her.
They wrote me this letter.
It's awful. And under the guise of being good people, everything they are doing and saying is so full of hate. Conversion therapy is known to increase suicide risk. God, it makes me so sad and angry.
My preceptor comes to see the patient with me again. She discussed her grief and started crying.
2 years is a long time to be feeling like this.
Have you had a child die? How could you know what's too long to grieve?
After the encounter,
I'm so frustrated with her. She doesn't want to help herself.
I'm left feeling sorry for the woman and uncomfortable with how my preceptor handled it. Should I have said something? What could I have said? What would have been helpful? Is my preceptor burned out? I've seen her act with empathy toward other patients, but with this patient...
Here we go.
I'm so sorry.
I'm interviewing a patient who wants to have a baby. So, what does your husband think? A few minutes into the conversation, I realize something is off. I'm sorry, can you tell me again about your partner? She and her partner are lesbians. Go by she, her, hers. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I made an assumption and I shouldn't have.
No matter how sincere the apology, is a delay really forgivable? Is the time we cost the family to be together truly forgivable? How quickly do we acknowledge the limits of our knowledge, our test, and when do we let the ends of science and medicine give way to what we cannot heal? How do we acknowledge our human fallibility, the fallibility of any man-made system, and give ourselves grace too?
In lab, I have to apologize for patients for running late. I apologize for your long wait. Thank you for your patience. I'm so sorry for your wait.
Whatever.
Just like I took my time with other patients, I will take as much time as needed with you. I apologize for your wait.
Right. Here we go.
Here we go.
A woman, postpartum, day 5. She has a history of anxiety. She came to OB triage due to elevated blood pressure readings at home. How has everything been going at home?
I'm terrified. Terrified because I'm responsible for another human being's life.
Having never had a child of my own, I didn't try to tell her that I knew what she was feeling, that I knew it must be hard. Instead, I just listened.
I'm terrified of the love I feel for this 5-day-old baby. Terrified I won't be a good mother.
I think countless new mothers feel that fear. I think you're a good mother already.
Thank you. I've been repeating that to myself a lot, but it helps to hear from someone else. Thank you for listening.
Geriatrics. Updating medical records, activities of daily living, falls, cognitive concerns, safety at home. Have you ever been a victim of abuse?
Well,
Her expression.
certainly not recently, but
Her tone of voice.
when I was younger, a teenager.
I listen. I can tell she's grateful to be listened to. The weight of her story. Healing can come from telling your story.
He seems closed off, distrustful. After the first few days of service, I'm able to slowly build his trust.
The doctors never listened to me before. They just judge me on how I look, how much money I have, what my life is like.
I make sure to stop by each day beyond rounds to see how he's doing and hear a little bit about his life.
You know, I've been meaning to have my teeth fixed for a couple years, but I can't afford it. It's really hard to eat.
I look up organizations that provide free dental service for individuals with his level of insurance and income, as well as introduce him to Good RX to help with prescription prices.
The inpatient hospice team at Main campus. A gentleman who has a history of liver cirrhosis complicated by esophageal varices. He's been coughing up blood. His family is on the way to the hospital. I sit down with him. I can't tell him things will be okay or that I understand how he feels, so I just sit there and hold his hand and listen until his family arrives. I check back on him throughout the day. He continues to bleed out. We give him morphine to relieve the pain. The last time I see him conscious, he grips my hand and thanks me for being there. He dies later that night, surrounded by his loved ones.
There's something about faith and a calm, confident perspective about health and death. Conversations have been few. Sample size is small, and I can only see a window into a patient's life and perspective. But there are things that they cannot control. Illness is one of the most difficult and heavy things we can't control as humans. But a few patients have expressed that things much more important than their health are taken care of forever.
I don't identify with any faith or spiritual tradition, but I've already begun to encounter the role that spirituality plays in people's health. Patients seek chaplain services or tell me that their church serves as a source of support and fulfillment. I have visited community organizations such as Malachi House and Alcoholics Anonymous, which have deeply religious roots. We are trained to be culturally competent, to learn about and respect the diverse perspectives that inform people's beliefs and choices. For me, it means continuing to engage with patients on their faith and spirituality if it is important to them. Sometimes I feel out of place, but I do believe that our patients' belief should be part of the discussion, not hidden away.
God bless you all.
The patient is groggy. She begins speaking in Spanish, getting more animated as we continue in Spanish. She starts to answer my checklist questions, and also various discomforts, all in Spanish.
My mouth is dry. Can I have some ice chips?
Concerns about prior care.
That hospital in Youngstown, they don't treat you well. It's like a hotel here.
About her faith and family.
I thank God that everyone here is taking care of me. God bless you all.
I suddenly realized that she had been isolated due to her language barrier. And I'm the first one she is really able to connect with since her interpreter departed yesterday evening. Before I scurry off to attempt to write a quick note before morning table rounds, I pause to shake the señora's hand. She grasps it tightly.
Que Dios te bendiga y buena suerte con todo. Te lo agradezco todo.
God bless you. Best of luck with everything. I'm grateful.
To me, spirituality is about love and understanding for myself and others. My identity as a student physician is still developing and constantly changing, but I think a large part of it is trying to find that love and understanding for myself and everyone around me. Every morning, when I drive to wherever I need to be, I pray for the strength to get through the day. Help me remember that I am human, that there are things I can't control. Help me to forgive myself for my weaknesses and give me the strength to be better. Help me love myself. Give me the ability to help someone. Let my small presence be a source of support to a patient or colleague. Give me the ability to understand and love those who might need me.
I come home smiling. I feel great about being in medical school. I've been so involved in everything happening today. I could communicate with my mentors, ask questions. It's my neurosurgery rotation. I drilled burr holes for multiple procedures, performed the entire approach and closure procedures. I love surgery.
I have 3 patients in the morning. My first patient of the day has not had an easy life. She and her young son have suffered from domestic abuse at the hands of a now deceased ex-husband.
You know, right now I am in a better place than ever before. I have a new job that I love, and my son is healthy, and I've been exercising. My 42nd birthday is coming up. I can say confidently that 41 was better than 40. I think a year from now I'll be saying that 42 was better than 41.
In the afternoon, I have 2 patients who come in for evaluation of memory loss and possible dementia. One is an 80-year-old man who recently retired from a 50-year career as a lawyer and a diplomat.
This, retirement, it's just not mentally challenging. That's probably why I'm having all these problems.
The opportunity to share in patients' joy as well as grief keeps me going.
Empathy is time. The time we spend together helps us establish trust and allows patients to communicate to me a clearer picture of who they are.
Here we go. Pager goes off. Admit in the ED to see me. Hit the button so it stops beeping. Read the message.
Tell the resident and attending. Review the chart. CC, meds, labs, prior visits.
Walk down to the ED. Swipe in. Nurses. How's bed 5 doing? Say hello to person in bed.
More questions, more questions. ROS, DDX, RX, plan.
Page resident. Explain patient to resident. Explain to patient what resident said. Chart what resident said. Present to attending. Wait for pager to go off.
Here we go.
Here we go.